Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports That back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans potentially signing Saquon Barkley. The Houston Texans have been listed as the favorite to land Saquon Barkley, and I would love for the Texans to bring Barkley in. He's a two-time Pro Bowler. He also was 2018 AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, and we saw Barkley have a little bit of a down year compared to 2022 when he was a Pro Bowler for the second time, but Barkley in 2023 played 14 games, 14 starts, so he missed 3 games. And if he would have, at least played in one more game in 2023, he would have reached 1,000 rushing yard season. He had 962 rushing yards and 247 carries with 6 touchdowns on the rushing end. His longest rush was 36 yards, which is the longest. That's the shortest amount of yards on his longest attempt in a season since 2020, when his longest carry of the season was 18 yards. Last year, his longest carry of the season was 68. The season before was 41. Outside of 2020, 2019 was 68. 2018 was 78. On the receiving end, he had 280 receiving yards on 41 receptions for 4 touchdowns. So 10 total touchdowns, 962 rushing yards, and 280 receiving yards in only 14 games of 14 starts. So imagine what he would have done in a total of 17 games. I think if that would have happened, most likely he would have been over 1,000 rushing yards for sure. Probably near 1,200, if not over. And probably would have been around 450 receiving yards on the season and probably over 10 touchdowns. But, that's the problem. Saquon Barkley does have a hard time staying healthy. Now, he only missed 3 games in 2023, but there were injuries. We did see a couple injuries where he played through in that current game. 2022, he was great. He only missed 1 game. And he had 1,312 rushing yards in those 16 games and 10 touchdowns on the rushing end, and had 338 receiving yards as well. 2021, he missed 4 games. 2020, he only played 2 games, had a season-ending ACL tear. 2019, he missed 3 games. 2018, his rookie year, he played every single game. So if I were the Texans and I'm interested in Saquon Barkley, which the Houston Texans are the favorite to land Saquon Barkley, I 100% go after Saquon Barkley. But here's what I also do. I bring back Devin Singletary on a cheaper deal, because I know you'd have Dameon Pierce as well if you brought in Saquon Barkley. But if I were the Texans, I would like to bring in Devin Singletary as an insurance plan. He's also a great running back too. We saw him at times with the Buffalo Bills as a backup running back. He can do that. That's why he was brought in with the Texans in the first place. If you guys remember, he was signed last offseason to be our backup running back. Dameon Pierce had a breakout rookie season, and he was our star and future running back. He is absolute garbage in 2023. Singletary steps up. He takes over that starting role. So he was brought in to be the backup. But I think to bring back Singletary and still bring in Barkley would be good, because you have a good backup running back in Singletary, even when Barkley's healthy. And if anything happens to Barkley, you have a great starter in Devin Singletary to step up like he did last season for the Texans. So I say bring in Barkley, but I also say go out there and bring back Devin Singletary as well. I think go ahead and make that first move in Barkley, but also bring back Devin Singletary. I love the addition for the Texans. One of the reasons I like Saquon Barkley is I think he's another he'd be another guy that C.J. Stroud can throw the ball to. I want to go over something with obviously receiving yards were something where he was effective. I mean, 280 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns in 2023 with the Giants. Now, you can compare that to what Singletary did with the Houston Texans this season. Singletary was very solid on the receiving end, but not as good. Devin Singletary had 193 receiving yards with 0 touchdowns. Now, Singletary played 17 games compared to Barkley's 14. Now, I think bringing in Barkley, I think he's another receiving option for C.J. Stroud. I think, sure, the Texans do give the ball to Devin Singletary on the receiving end here and there, but not as much as I think the Texans would to Saquon Barkley. Also, Saquon Barkley is really good at yards after contact, which is something not really, Singletary is, but, Barkley is powerful. I think Saquon Barkley has a lot of more power and speed than Devin Singletary does, and I think he's taller. Saquon. I'm pretty sure Saquon Barkley is taller than Singletary. Singletary's 5'7", Barkley's 6 foot, so he's 5 inches taller. So he's taller. He has better speed, better power as well, and he's a better receiving back too. So I say bring in both guys, bring back Singletary, bring in Barkley. So if Barkley continues to be injury prone, you have Devin Singletary ready to step up. But that's just my thoughts. Some of your thoughts on the potential signing for the Texans in the comment section. And peace out. Go Texans.